We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Storytime Live. I'm Super Jane Smith, and I'm so glad you're here because we have a really fun guest with us today, Constance Lombardo. Yay! Yeah, and Constance has a brand new book out called Itty Bitty Betty Blob Makes a Splash, which is super fun. So she's going to chat with us about it and share her book. And then I'm going to read. It's the birthday of preschool, Chloe Zoe. So yes, we got some fun books lined up. So welcome, Constance.
Oh, Jane, thank you so much for having me. And I know, I believe this is the third time I'm back on your show. So I appreciate that. It's always lovely to see you and talk to you and hear your stories. And I can't wait to hear about Chloe Zoe's first day of school.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for joining me. I love having you on the show.
I love
everybody out there, if Constance is new to you, she's very funny. Her books are hilarious. She has a whole bunch of them. So definitely a treat. Oh, yes. Yeah, everyone says Meow is a really cute one, too. Oh, that's so awesome.
Thank you.
Well, talk to us a little bit about Betty Blob. The new book is a sequel, so it's the second Betty Blob book.
Yes, it is. And thanks again for having me on my debut performance on Substack. It's all very exciting.
Of course.
Forging ahead in new technology realms.
You and me both.
So last year, the first Itty Bitty Betty Blob book came out. And, like your book, this also is a school-based book. And I wrote it because I was thinking, well, what's a fun thing that happens at school? And I thought, picture day, you get to dress up, you can put on a bow tie, you could put on your favorite dress or whatever you feel like wearing. And what kind of smile are you going to do? And I, instead of doing it just sort of straight on picture day at a regular school, I made it picture day at a monster school. And actually, my original title was Picture Day at Monster School. But that was
fun. Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun writing Betty, and I'm just thrilled with my illustrator, Micah Player, and what he did as far as designing Betty. And he did a little kind of nod to my original title there at the end.
Oh, that's
like the school picture and picture it at school. Isn't that fun?
Oh, so I love that. Well, can I ask then how the name Itty Bitty Betty Blob came about? Because it's super fun to say, and rule number one in children's books is if it's fun to say,
yes,
want to go with that.
That's a really fun selling point.
Yes. So how did the name come about then?
Oh, Jane, I would love to say it's top secret and I can't tell you. But the real truth is I don't exactly remember.
I totally understand that.
My vague memories that I thought of a blob and I thought, well, I love to alliterate. And then I thought, well, Betty Blob. And then I don't know. I just thought she's going to be a little tiny blob. And I think that just Itty Bitty Betty Blob kind of popped into my mind because my words are always swirling around in there. I know you can relate to that. And somehow that popped out.
Oh my gosh.
Swirl. Itty Bitty Betty Blob.
Just popped out, fully formed as a blob. Like, boom.
Boom. Totally. Boom. She's a blob.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's really funny. I love that. And I do appreciate that a lot of times, books, it takes so long to develop them. It's such a huge process that, sometimes we do forget what we were thinking when we developed parts of the projects.
Totally.
I've had people ask me, where Chloe Zoe's name came from. And I know I was thinking something at the time, but
you always are.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. The first book published in 2016 and
wow.
And there were she was developed years leading up to that. So I honestly, I really couldn't tell you. I don't know either.
I think most people just don't know how many edits go through. Each picture book goes through. It's just incredible. And I like to try to save all my versions. And sometimes I'll look back at the second, third version. It's like, wow, it's not even recognizable.
That's true.
Totally dropped or whatever it is. It just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share with the audience, like, do you know how many drafts the latest Betty Blob went through?
Oh, the latest one? Well, I mean, majorly at least 3 or 4. And then there's 100 other small changes, revising. Maybe she shouldn't say that. Oh, the illustration's doing this job. We don't need it to say it in the text. And I'm lucky that I have such a wonderful editor in Jill Davis, and we are really simpatico and we work so well together. And we go through every word and really figure out what works best. So that is a long process.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, and I know you and Jill have been together a long time and have done a lot of books together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe I'll ask, what is that like, having such a tight relationship with an editor? I think a lot of kidlit people would envy that kind of close relationship, like they're hoping to make that sort of connection.
Oh, I'm so lucky. And I do feel like I have this kind of old-fashioned, really tight friendship and relationship with my editor. Every book I've done has been with Jill Davis. And we recently saw each other at ALA, the Library Association, which was amazing. She put together an incredible panel of her authors, and illustrators. I was one of them. And we could just nonstop chatting, talking, blah, 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 blah. We couldn't stop. And we just get along so well. I remember the first time we met, which was, I think, 2013. I mean, we talked on the phone, and my agent at Painted Word said, this editor's interested in Mr. Puffball. I was so excited. And she, this big New York editor. So, of course, I was nervous, too. Sure. And I got on the phone with her, and I was like, hi, it's nice talking. She was like, oh, hi. She started talking about kids, and I started talking about my kids. And we were just immediately, we just completely hit it off. So, yeah, I'm really lucky to have that close friendship.
Oh, my gosh. That's really awesome. I think, like I said, for a lot of people, that's kind of the dream.
Oh, it's the dream.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us a little bit about developing the sequel to the original Betty Blob book, because the new one out is a different story, same character. Tell us a little bit about developing the sequel.
Same character. So, really, for the world of publishing, it happened pretty quickly because my first book came out in June of 2024, and this one came out a couple of weeks ago. Which, in publishing, that's amazing that came together quickly. So I knew I wanted to do another kind of school-related book and something else that would really allow Betty to shine and let her learn to be herself. And actually, the first story that I wrote about that, I knew it was going to be some kind of after-school activity. And my idea was that she ended up on a soccer team, but she just wasn't into the kind of rough and tumble. And she kind of gets benched a lot. And then she starts cheering for her team. And Betty's a cheerleader, which
oh my God, that would have been so cute.
I love that too. But when I met with my my editor and my illustrator, Micah Player, they weren't quite jiving with that, and they thought, what about if she's on a diving team? Because as Micah really pointed out too, like all the fun things a blob can do related to water. And how she moves and stuff, that became very physical. So we knew it was going to be an after-school activity. Her mom is always supportive, but not pushy, as you'll see when I read it. So when Betty, who has been diving with her friends, the Puffs, in the forest, into waterfalls, she's reading through the list of activities and she sees devil divers. The mom says, the devil divers are kind of rough. What about drama club? Well, I don't want to give it away, but yeah. So what happens when she, tries something that really isn't her thing and then goes into something else that in a way also isn't her thing, but how does she learn to be totally Betty, which is always the message in my book. So,
how to make it her own.
Yeah. And I hope that's encouraging for kids who, let's say, feel different. I think we are all different, really. But I think some kids feel like they're out of place. They feel like they're misfits or whatever. And this message of whoever you are is what's amazing and what's special, and just really be yourself. I mean, it kind of sounds corny, but it really is the important message of life, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think it's corny. I don't think it's at all. Is there something about your life or your experiences that makes that theme particularly important to you? Does that come from a particular place or experience from your own life?
Yeah, I think I think me a little bit in that, I was always kind of this, daydreamy, arty kid. And, there were certainly things I couldn't relate to with it. And I still have that like little, social awkwardness at times. I know you'd never guess that.
I would never guess that. I can't like that at all. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I would think you might be. Yeah. And then, and of course, having a kid who is now 22 and just went through a lot of struggles in that area and seeing that. I mean, it's not like I thought that when I was writing it. I wasn't thinking like, well, my kid went through. It's like you write it and then you realize like, oh, this is my experience and this is, my experience as a mom. And of course, the mom that I wrote in the book, who is almost my favorite character, is the mom I strive to be. But I think I don't know if I always get there. We try, right?
Hey, I think as parents, you aim for the best of what you want to offer and then give yourself grace for your faults because we all have them, right?
Yeah.
To
me, I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like for me, the main message or thing that I feel like I learned, I'll say, as a parent is you might think like you're going to somewhat shape or influence your kid. I mean, my kid has been strong-willed from big, definitely age 2, if not like the minute he was born. So learning like, okay, it's not about that. It's about like just being supportive and just like a very general sort of guidance, but with a very light hand, I think was what worked best, certainly with my child.
Oh,
I listen to everything I said anyway, so.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I think a lot of times kids are very much who they are from the beginning. And I would agree that my experience with my own daughter has been to mostly just do what I can to help her, do the things that she wants to do and to be the person she wants to be. Not what I imagine she should be or what I think, would be the best thing. It's more about, like you said, kind of being a guide, kind of being a cheerleader and
just a lighthouse in a way, the thing they can come back to.
Yeah, definitely.
But I go through, my kid's 22 and I still go through a back and forth of like, Mom, don't tell me what to do. And, I got it. I've got it because I always want to help, No,
well,
but then sometimes it's like,
tragically uncool.
Help with something. It's like, okay, sometimes I can come back into the picture. Sometimes he wants my advice, and mostly he doesn't.
You have to let them come to you, right? I think we all learn that way.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like we're kind of tragically uncool, or at least I'm
uncool.
But it's all good. So I love that Betty's mom has that inspiration from your own experiences in your own life. I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think we should totally read some books.
Yay.
So in typical fashion, I always like to ask my guests if they would like to read their book first or second. So I'm going to throw it back to you. What do you think?
Well, I feel like I've been talking a lot. Why don't we hear from you and you go ahead and read first?
Sure. All right. Well, today I'm going to read. It's the first day of preschool, Chloe Zoe. So I'm just going to flip the camera and then, and then we'll get a little bit of story time going with a little Chloe Zoe action.
Chloe Zoe's so cute.
Thank you.
Yellow's my favorite color.
Oh, it is? Oh, that's so awesome. Aw. So is my niece, actually. That's her favorite color, too. She actually went as a yellow elephant for Halloween when she was little. So cute. So first day of preschool, Chloe Zoe. All right. Getting in here. First day of preschool, Chloe Zoe. By me, Jane Smith. She's got her room all decorated. She's ready to go. It's first day of preschool. Preschool is a place to have lots of fun and learn new things. My mommy and daddy told me I will meet a teacher, sing songs, read stories, play, paint pictures, and make new friends. That sounds like fun, but I really like playing at home with my mommy and my little sister and my kitty princess doll and all my toys. What if I don't make any friends? I asked Mommy. Don't worry, Chloe Zoe. All the other kids want to make new friends too, just like you. Look for a smiling face and say hello.
Aww.
In the morning, I pack a special snack and my Princess Kitty doll in my Hearts and Stars backpack. My tummy feels flip-floppy nervous and flip-floppy excited. I am ready to sing, read, play, paint, and make new friends. When we get to preschool, my family walks me to my classroom, and then it's time to say goodbye. Suddenly, I don't want my mommy and daddy to leave. I peek into the classroom. It looks big and loud and busy. There are a lot of kids. Maybe one of them could be my friend. Then a tall boy bumps into me as he runs through the door. Hey, I say, frowning. Oops, sorry, he calls out. Teacher Amy comes over. She holds my hand, and I try really hard not to cry. Don't worry, Teacher Amy smiles. Come with me. I wave goodbye to my mommy and daddy and go inside the classroom. Teacher Amy gives me my very own cubby for my things. It has my name, Chloe Zoe, already on it. I give Princess Kitty a quick hug for luck before tucking her away. Teacher Amy gathers everyone for circle time. I don't see anyone I know, so I want to sit by Teacher Amy. But twin girls in matching pink dresses are faster than me. They sit down on either side of the teacher, so I have to find another spot. I miss Mommy and Daddy and my little sister and my house and all my toys. Feel like crying. Oh, Chloe Zoe, we've all been there.
Yes.
But then another girl smiles at me. My heart skips a beat and I smile back. Everyone sings the good morning song and introduces themselves. The girl who smiled at me says her name is Mary Margaret. A boy sitting next to me is Ben. Teacher Amy hands out special instruments for music time. I really want to play the tambourine, but I get a pink drum instead. Tears bubble up again.
Oh, no.
I know, it's an emotional roller coaster. Hi, will you trade with me? Asked Mary Margaret. Pink is my favorite color. Oh, sure, I say. Great. Mary Margaret smiles at me again. Together, the whole class sings Old MacDonald Had a Farm while we tap out the beat on our instruments. Everyone takes turns picking animals for Old MacDonald's farm. I pick a chicken. With a cluck-cluck here and a cluck-cluck there, we sing. For snack time, I want to sit with Mary Margaret, but she's already sitting with George, the tall boy who bumped into me. I'm not sure I want to join them. Chloe Zoe, over here! Come sit with us! Mary Margaret calls me over and waves. So I sit with her and George. I smile really big and say hello. Hi, George says. Do you want to share my orange? Wow! Sure, I love oranges, I say. That is super nice. I think I made 2 new friends today. I think you did, Chloe Zoe. At the playground, Mary Margaret, George, and I play in the sandbox. We build a giant sandcastle using all the toys: buckets, shovels, rakes, and molds. During arts and crafts time, we each get our own easel and paint set. Mary Margaret paints a pretty butterfly, and George paints a robot. I paint a picture for Mommy and Daddy of the sandcastle we built. At the end of the day, everyone gathers their backpacks, coats, and artwork and sit down in a circle. We sing the goodbye song to all our new friends. When my mommy and daddy arrive to pick me up, I tell them I can't wait to play with Mary Margaret and George again tomorrow.
Yay.
Preschool is fun. The end.
Yay. Oh, that was so utterly charming. I loved it. And I really thought you captured what it feels like to be a little kid just starting school and all the worries and who am I going to sit next to is just lovely and fun.
Oh. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yes. And Jane, I love the way you have all these interesting patterns in your artwork. That's something I never feel like I'm good at. So I especially am impressed by just like the skirts and the shirts and the backpacks and everything. It's great.
Thank
it makes
you.
it really, really vibrant.
Oh my gosh. Well, early in my career, I did all cut paper collage. And when I got the Chloe Zoe book deal, the initial book deal was 6 books. And I knew that I didn't have enough paper of certain patterns for the characters to do it. So I switched to a digital method that allowed me to scan papers I had.
Oh, nice.
And then the other thing I did was that, as freelancers, we do all kinds of things. Throughout my career, I've done a lot of pattern design, like service design.
Yes, I'm not surprised to hear that.
So a lot of the patterns in the book are patterns I designed. Like, for example, like the border, like I created and designed that. So there's a lot of actual original patterns in the book.
Oh, that's cool. I love it.
Yeah, thanks. That's cool. I love that you noticed that because I'm a sucker for pattern. I love it.
That's awesome. That's such a skill.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. And I thought that there's a tie-in of, first day of school, which is what Betty's facing also. And I lit up a little bit when you said her belly was flippy floppy because a very similar language happens in Itty Bitty Betty Blob Makes a Splash. Also,
perfect. That's perfect that I picked the perfect companion to Betty. I feel like Chloe Zoe and Betty would be good friends.
They totally would. Oh my God. I don't think Betty's ever met an elephant.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some sort of monster-y, kind of tentacly friend, maybe at the monster school.
Yes, some elephant-like maybe. You'll see.
That's awesome. All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. Very exciting. All right, so Constance, you're going to read to us next.
Yes, I am. I was going to hold mine up. And it's Itty Bitty Betty Blob Makes a Splash. There's her monster compatriots. And there she is, going toward her friends, the Puffs.
That is so cute.
I know. Every page he does is so great. Itty Bitty Betty Blob was not your typical monster. While typical monsters played hide and shriek, Betty frolicked in the forest with her friends, the Puffs. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see it. I love the Puffs. Oh, I want to be friends with the Puffs.
We all want friends. While typical monsters sloshed sloppily in the swamp, Betty dove divinely into a wondrous waterfall. There she goes. That's like Western North Carolina.
Hey, that's true. That's true. And Constance and I are both in North Carolina. Constance is the western part, and I'm on the coast.
We're across the state. Betty had fun all summer, but now summer was over. Tomorrow, Betty was going back to school. And her mom calls, Betty, spaghetti is ready. Which we love that. Gotta go. Bye-bye. The peeps always repeat her, and then there's one that says peep. I mean, the pups always repeat her, excuse me. Bye, 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 bye. Peep, peep. That's something to look for. Over dinner, Betty and her mom looked at a list of activities. Each monster had to choose one on the first day of school. You could growl with the gruesome glee club. Growling is not me. Fist with the fanged foils. No fangs. Oh, the devil divers. I told you. Devil diving is rough, Betty. How about trying out for the Dreary Drama Club? I guess. And it says dish slop extra musty.
Go.
He put so many fun little Betty. Little puns, yeah, totally. Betty got to work. I got to memorizing lines for tomorrow's audition. To be or not to be? That is the question. You're a natural, my little blob.
You're killing me with the voices. I love it.
Thank you. Betty's classmates all looked a little different this year. Remember that when you come back from summer, I'd be like, wow, someone has a mustache now. One monster had grown a lot. Another had grown a tail. One looked ready to hit the pool. Look, everyone's ready for their after-school activity. I'm trying out for the Devil Divers. I'm auditioning for Dreary Drama Club. All day long, Betty practiced her lines. To beast or not to beast? But she kept getting mixed up. Two beans or not two beans? When the bell rang, Betty headed to the auditorium. Is this Dreary Drama Club? This is my favorite voice. There, ready? Yes. Get in line to perform. I love to ham it up a little bit.
I'm sure that the kids love it when you read this aloud, Constance.
Under the hot stage lights, Betty froze.
Oh.
2 beats or not 2 beats? Poor Betty. That would be me, sure. And then she had a meltdown. Next, ugh.
Oh, Betty, we've all been there.
We've all been. What a dreary disaster. Now all Betty wanted was to cool off. Here was her chance. Pool closed for tryouts today. And I love the way the pool is so dark, it looks like the swamp.
Yes.
She oozed in and splashed. Flopped into the cool, cool pool, right in the middle of Devil Diver tryouts.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that? It's Betty! Great splash! You're in! The coach, the 3-eyed coach. When she got home, Betty told her mom the news. I made it! You're in Dreary Drama Club? No, I'm a Devil Diver. Oh, dear. There was all the laundry. I can relate to that. The first Devil Divers practice was tomorrow after school. Betty couldn't wait to show off her divine dives. She's reading Diver's Digest.
Yeah, she's getting the scoop.
The curly straws. But the next day, when she arrived at practice, Betty began to worry. Splash! Another belly flop! Bigger splash! Could a little blob really make a big enough splash? The funny thing for me about this book is I'm really scared to jump off a diving board.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny. I loved doing that when I was a kid. I would not do it now.
Betty wanted to dive divinely, but the coach wanted a big splash. So Betty tried her best. Sploink, splurg, splat. She made it through her first practice in one peace, but her itty-bitty belly flipped every time she flopped.
Oh.
Welcome to the team, Betty. Oh, thank you. After practice, Betty went for a swim with the pups. They wanted to hear all about the devil divers. The diving is more like flopping. Flopping, 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 flopping. Peep. I want to go swimming with the pups. Betty's dreams of divine dives faded fast as the devil divers flopped their way to victory. Gullington paddles, petrifying prep. Screamwood soaked by devil divers. Erie Elementary sunk by Gullington. They made it all the way to the championship.
Woo. Go devil divers.
Yay! It was the night before the meet, and Betty couldn't sleep a wink. That's so good.
She's like, oh my
It's like
God.
German expressionism suddenly.
That's like me before a book event. Oh my God. So nervous.
She went to talk to the one person who knew her best. Mom, all these belly flops are making my belly ache. And Mom's sewing on her stinger. Maybe there's I do the right voice. Maybe there's another dive you can do. But how will I know if that's okay? You'll know, my little blob. Oh, what a good mom.
I know. Definitely.
Betty's lucky. In the morning, Betty's mom gave her something. I made these for you. I hope they bring you luck. Yesterday, when I was reading to a class, I said, what'd the mom make for Betty? And one of the kids said, a towel. It doesn't look like that. It's like, I guess. Thank you, Mom. Now you're going to see her in her suit. Everyone piled into the car, excited to cheer Betty on. And this is basically my favorite. Look at that car.
It's adorable.
Jonesing for that car. Look. Proud parent of a devil diver.
Oh, yeah.
This is so much fun. When Betty arrived, the championship was already underway. The first diver did their signature belly flop. Boom! Someone from the other team did theirs too. Splash! Another devil diver. Boom! The other team. Splat! A lot of drama in Monster School. The meet was almost over when the announcer said, with the devil divers down by 3 points, what will their last diver do?
Go
Betty! She looked so determined of her face. Now it was up to Betty to do something extra special for the school to win. Up she climbed to the tippy top of the highest board of the high dive. High dive. Oh, look at this pretty picture. Betty thought about her mom, the pups, and why she wanted to be a devil diver in the first place. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? Oh, pretty. Oh, he goes. And then Betty did her most divine dive ever. Splish. Aww. I love that she does a splish instead of a splash.
So
Is that so good?
So
the
cute.
crowd went wild. Hooray! The devil divers win. The pups are saying, win, win, win. And Coach is awfully excited too.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, Betty brought her mom to the forest for the first time ever. I'm so proud of you, Betty. Because she won? Because we won, I mean? Because you're always so perfectly you.
Oh,
That's a bathing suit.
that's the best.
I gotta show you that. Thank you. I gotta show you under the cover.
Ah,
Yay!
that's so cute. You gotta love a good bonus like that.
Oh, thank you.
So sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jane.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing Betty with us. It's so adorable. And I think it's a great message. I mean, I certainly feel like as an artist and as a writer, I can relate, even being an adult. It's so hard sometimes to trust yourself. And really, that's what the book is all about, is trusting yourself, and that, your instincts about what is the right thing to do for you is right. And you bring your own brand of magic to the world just by doing you. Like,
that's so beautifully put. Absolutely. And I think it's such a typical and common, and I'd say almost everyone's experience. You go, you're, at home, and then you're going like Chloe Zoe, you're going into school and like, well, who am I here? And how am I going to fit in? How am I going to relate to the other kids? And then,
yeah. Well, it's always that
who you are.
It's a dance, right? Between how do you fit in and work within a system, whether it's a school or a business, and yet still maintain your integrity as yourself.
Yeah.
I certainly think as kidlit people, that's our lifelong, challenge, is to somehow be in the mix and part of it, and yet retain what's unique about your voice and your vision and the way you filter the world through your lens, right? Like that's
true. That's so true. And I think, writing kids books is particularly is true for that, because we're artists and we're visionaries, or we think we are, and we, have all these creative ideas, but we are working within the structure of a business and marketing, and what does the market look like, and what's going to sell. And so, trying to find that, I want to be who I am and say what I want to say, but it has to also be, acceptable in a certain format.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Betty is like a culmination for you. It's like really right there. And I love that. I love that she's gotten a sequel, and we're all rooting for a third one.
Yay!
There's people who make such things happen.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Constance. It was so fun. I love chatting with you, and I love hearing your books.
Oh, Jane, thank you so much. That was just lovely. I had a great time. And now I can say I've been on Substack.
Yes, you can.
I learned something new.
Oh, you're so funny. Well, so for everybody out there, if they want to learn more about you and your books, where can they visit you? Where can they check you out?
My website is just ConstanceLombardo.com. And I do have some fun activity sheets for the different books. And for the new one, if you go to the Astra Books website, they designed, or you can just look up Itty Bitty Betty Blob Makes a Splash event kit. It's called Event Kit. You'll find all sorts of fun activity sheets to go with the book.
That is awesome. Well, thank you for that. And of course, you can always find everything Super Jane at superjane.com. And since we're here on Substack, get a shout out to the Super Readers Club, which is my newsletter. There's lots of fun free activities in the newsletter and at superjane.com. So
I subscribe to your newsletter, and it's always really fun.
Oh,
so I got a little scared with this last one because there was a spider in it.
Oh my gosh, you're so hilarious. Well, I'm channeling all my Halloween love because it is
I'm a serious arachnophobe.
Yes, and one of the new activities, fall activity kit, is there's a drawing of a spider web with this creepy spider, and you're invited to draw whatever he caught in his web. So, so if you've got some littles, it's a fun one to print and do for sure.
It's really fun. You always do. You do such great activities, and I love your newsletter.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if everybody out there enjoyed the books we read today, please consider leaving Constance and I a book review on Goodreads or maybe your favorite bookseller's website. It helps people find our books, and we'll absolutely love you forever for it.
Yes, I promise I will love you forever. It is really, really helpful to get those reviews.
Definitely.
And if you don't, and if you buy the book, that's great. But also, and requesting any of our books at the local library is also really helpful and wonderful.
Yeah. There's lots of ways to support books. Yes. Definitely. Requesting them, reviewing them, as well as buying them. Even just talking about them with your friends and encouraging people who you think might like them. It makes a big difference to all of us out there making books. So yeah, and Super Readers Club. We do Super Story Time on the second Wednesday of every month. So we'll be back next month on Wednesday, October 8th. And author illustrator Daniel Mahoney will be joining me to
Yay, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's great. He'll be sharing his new book, My Cat is a Secret Agent.
So. Oh, I have it so fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good one. So definitely.
That's awesome. May I say one more thing? I just want to add, if you can support your indie bookstores, it's so great. And, I know it's tempting even when you're buying a gift for a kid or a new parent to say, oh, I remember the classic books from my childhood, but there's wonderful new books coming out all the time for kids, and your local bookseller knows them all. So go in and have a conversation and see what's out there that might be something new and fun for you and for a kid or for a new parent.
Yeah, that's a great tip. And also your local indie, they usually support the local authors in your community, in your neighborhood. Right. So that's just a nice special bonus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Great tip, Constance. I love it. So once again, thanks to everyone for joining us. And thanks to Constance for hanging out with me today. And hope you guys have an awesome day.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you to everyone who tuned in.
Awesome. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.